following clip is ex-CIA analyst John Kiriakou being interviewed by Tucker Carlson. I post it because I have shared here and on my previous account, which I got banned from, many times how Iran has no nuclear weapons and how all 18 of our intel agencies have confirmed that. People have called me batshit crazy, so I'm just going to let him do the talking for you. Enjoy.
We're not really doing that. We're doing Israel's bidding for it.
Have you seen this before? You said it's been a close relationship. You were for many, many years. That's true since the formation of the country, really, 1948. And there's always been pressure to help Israel go along with its priorities. But have you seen other instances when you served in government where the United States government put Israel's interests above those of the United States?
No, in fact, to the contrary, in the Gulf War, the 1990-91 Gulf War, and again in the Iraq War from 2003 onward, we specifically made decisions that were in the best interests of the United States, to the point where the Israelis complained vociferously to us that they wanted us to do A, and instead we did B, because B was better for the United States. And, we would say, well, that's foreign policy. You have your interests, we have our interests. Right. There's no such thing as permanent friends. There is such a thing as permanent interests. This is our interest, and this is what we're going to do. And that's just not, it doesn't seem to be the case today. I don't understand how attacking Iran was in U.S. national interests. I fully understand how this was in Israel's interest, and the Israelis have long wanted us to attack Iran and to overthrow the regime in Tehran. I get that. It's in their interests. But I've never believed, I don't think any CIA officer, past or present, believes or has believed that the Iranians were anywhere near a nuclear weapon. They don't have a delivery system that could deliver a nuclear weapon to the United States. And, when you've got two national intelligence estimates, a national intelligence estimate is a sense of the entire intelligence community, all 18 organizations within the U.S. intelligence community, unanimously concluding that there is no Iranian nuclear weapons program twice, as well as the late...
There's no program.
No program. No. Ayatollah Khamenei issued a fatwa in 2003 declaring it a sin to develop a nuclear weapon. And then the CIA twice said, they don't have a nuclear weapons program.
So it's interesting on that question. So the fatwa been in place all these years, more than 20 years. Mm-hmm. We're told simultaneously that Iran is a fanatical, suicidal, homicidal theocracy, totally beyond reason. So besotted are they by their crazy religious views. Mm-hmm. So there's that. But we also can't take the fatwa seriously because it's Iran and they lie all the time.
Right. But sometimes you can take things seriously.
Well, but I mean, it's one or the other. Either it's a country that issues fatwas and takes them seriously, and therefore we should be afraid of them because they're a theocracy, or it's a country that issues fake fatwas because they don't really believe in the idea of a fatwa. Like, what is it?
God forgive me for quoting Hillary Clinton, but I'm going to quote Hillary Clinton. She said when she was Secretary of State that she had come to the realization that Iran was not a theocracy. It was a military dictatorship. There was this theocratic group that sort of sat on the top of the heap.
Sure.
But the day-to-day operation of the country was run by the IRGC.
Yep.
And the IRGC, being a military organization, was going to run the country as a military dictatorship would. Right. I think we should have addressed it that way. We shouldn't have gotten wrapped around the axle on theocratic issues. We shouldn't have been afraid to engage the Iranians, or maybe not even afraid, just refusing to engage the Iranians. We should have been constantly engaged, whether it was through the Qataris or the Omanis or even the Algerians.
Right.
There were different ways in which we could speak with the Iranians, and we just never bothered. I will add, I do not have rose-colored glasses when thinking about the Iranians. I know what the Iranians have done. The Iranians made an attempt to kill me several decades ago. I haven't forgotten that. I know that they're bad guys. I know that they've carried out terrorist attacks and that they've killed Americans in many of those terrorist attacks. Yes. But we're talking single digits over the last several decades. Now, support for Hezbollah in the 80s, the 90s, yes, very bad, very big problem. The Houthis are a little bit of a thorn in our side. the Hamas thing, the CIA was late to the game on the Hamas thing because the analytic judgment for a long time was incorrectly, I might add, that the Iranians are not supporting Hamas because the Iranians are Shia Muslim and Hamas is Sunni Muslim. That was wrong. They were supporting Hamas. I get all that. But again, Hamas has never carried out an anti-American terrorist attack. So was it in U.S. national interest to attack Iran for supporting Hamas? I think not.
Hamas is designated a terror group in the U.S.?
I think just recently it was maybe Trump 1, maybe early Trump 2. I don't recall. But I think, recently it was designated a terrorist.
But Hamas has never carried out a terror attack against Americans?
No.
We spend a lot of time talking about Hamas.
Yeah, and the Muslim Brotherhood, which also has never carried out a terrorist attack on Americans.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not for either one, just for the record.
No, nor am I.
But I don't have strong feelings about either one, for the record.
No.
But why do we talk about both so much?
It's been my experience. I first came to this realization when I first joined the CIA. We always have this need to have a boogeyman, whether it was, Bolshevism in the 1910s, whether it was, socialism in the 20s and the early 30s, Nazism, legitimately so. But then, in the 70s, the 80s, it became Islamism. It's like we always have to have an enemy to rally around.
So the older you